excited to share the news with you that I finally got my PMP certification done.
Thanks to EduHubSpot.com and Varun's mentorship.
The material provided by EduHubSpot is fantastic and the mentoring is phenomenal.
I could not accomplish this feat without the outstanding mentorship of Varun.
I would like to thank EduHubSpot for all the support that was given to me in this journey.
If you're looking to be certified just like me, EduHubSpot is your go-to place.
Thank you, EduHubSpot, for helping me become a PMI Certified professional.
I want to give credit to my success to the EduHubSpot team.
Hey Raksha, congratulations for passing the PMP exam. So I'm so happy for you, Raksha. The reason I'll tell you why I'm so happy with, because I still remember the first conversation we both had. So you just trusted me and you just enrolled for this course. I'm really happy. I'm feeling this as my personal accomplishment. So how is your feeling right now?
Oh, I feel light.
You feel light.
I don't feel anything suddenly.
At least a little bit of happiness.
Oh, I was very, very, very happy. I was so happy that I thought that I've not passed. I submitted all my questions and I closed my eyes and I was waiting that, okay, you know what, I think there'll be some pop-up, something will come, like, you know, a confetti blast or something, and nothing was happening. And suddenly from the left corner of my eye, I saw and they said congratulations. I was like, yeah, so they wouldn't say congratulations if you have failed, right? Which means I've passed. And then I went out of the exam center and the lady there asked me, how is it? Did you pass? I'm like, I think I passed. And she's like, I can check that for you. And she printed a paper and she gave me, and I was so happy. I think I had a Dhoni moment that time, you know, that you really didn't know how to express how happy you are.
That's nice. That's nice, Raksha. So happy to hear. See, and first of all, good to see your happy face after passing. Yeah. And Raksha, let me tell you the reason why I'm conducting this interview. For a simple reason, to motivate my students, and also for any PMP aspirants, when they see this video, they should get an idea how they should prepare for the PMP exam.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's the reason I'm conducting this interview. Yeah. Now it's all about you. So you have to share your experience on how did you prepare for this exam
Right.
and so on. Yeah.
Cool. So I think I enrolled for the Jan weekday boot camp, and the boot camp was for 3 weeks. The boot camp got over on 3rd of February, and I remember as soon as the boot camp got over, I got on a call with you, and I was like, you know what, Gautam, I started studying for the first time after 20 years of graduating. So I don't want to break the flow. What do you suggest? And you said, okay, Raksha, I suggest you revising through the videos and then attempting the exam on 1st of March. Before I could do that, I went to India and for a short break. I came back, and throughout this 1 month between Feb 3rd to March 3rd, before I took that trip to India, I was preparing for the exam by watching your videos again and again. Now, since each video was 3 hours long, and I'm a person who gets distracted very easily, so very easily.
I know. I know.
I don't need a reason to distract. I'll distract myself. So I would watch the video for 20 minutes, then pause it, then watch for 20 minutes, then pause it. So I remember when you told me that you can revise the video, the revision through videos in a week, I was laughing. I'm like, okay, which means a month for me. And I remember messaging you after like 15 days, Gautam, I think the links have expired. Can you renew them? I did so many emails to you. And I used to be thinking, like, you know what Gautam must be thinking? What is this girl doing? She's not able to finish the revision with videos. So yeah, I did that for a month and then I went to India. Unfortunately, I was supposed to attempt the exam by 15th of March, but unfortunately, I felt sick for a long time. And by the time I recovered, for a distracted person like me to restart studying was a task. I was
Yeah.
like, oh
Agree.
God, am I able to like do this? Okay, anyways, it's valid for a year. Maybe I'll do it after a year or something. But by the grace of God, I had a very good family and friend support, and the problem was that they all kept on asking me, "Did you pass? Did you pass?" I was
So
like,
that was pushing you, or
yeah. I'm like, I'm not attempted the exam. How am I going to pass? So that was a very big motivation for me where people kept on asking me because in my friend circle and in my family, I'm considered like a very, very average student. My parents were amazed when I even graduated. They're like, oh, you graduated? How did that even happen? So So that built up a lot of pressure. I started studying again and I started revising through your videos again.
Mm.
And what I did this time, more than the videos, I thought another form of revision, what I did, I started taking the mocks on the simulator. But
Mm.
when I say I started taking mocks on the simulator, I don't mean the mocks, which are the final exam mocks.
Mm.
Everything
Mm.
before that, the tests.
Yeah.
So that actually told me where I'm standing, what I need to revise. And
Mm.
throughout, when I used to watch your videos, I had a diary with me. So I used to write a lot of notes, lot of
Mm.
notes.
Mm.
My memory is something that I remember when I write.
Uh-huh.
It's more like a pictorial thing. So even, for example, the Kano model thing, where
Yeah.
it's satisfaction and dissatisfaction, I've always remembered through the table on the page that I have written over there. I just
Okay.
captured that image in my mind. So yeah, and then I think after we both discussed, you saw my test results and you were like, okay, you know what, Raksha, I think you can attempt it. I was
Mm.
not sure about it, and I then went and I took an exam date of 3rd of May. Took that exam date, called you again, and the kind of distracted person I am, just a week before, 10 days before the exam, I decided to take a trip to Egypt. I didn't carry any notes with me. I'm not going to study. And yeah, I came back, and then the pressure built up because there was so much pressure to finish all the mocks in a week's time. And I told you that, Gautam, I think I'm going to reschedule the exam. I don't think I'm going to attempt it on 3rd of May. And you were like, okay, calm down. We'll finish 2 mocks. We'll see. We'll take a call. And then I think starting 27th of April till the 2nd of May, I took all 6 mocks,
Mm.
average result of over 50 percentage in each, and which gave me a little bit more confidence on 3rd of May that I could attempt the exam. And so I did, yeah, and I passed.
Good, good. That's nice. That's nice. So thanks for sharing your experience, Raksha. And one thing I want to ask you.
Sure.
See, the thing is like this PMP preparation is something we have to do for a longer period of time. When I say longer period of time, you have to be consistent over 1 or 2 months, right?
Yes, yes,
And
yes,
you break your consistency. Means in between you have
yes,
taken break. And after that
right.
break, how did you motivated yourself to resume it back?
So for me, like I mentioned earlier, the first motivation was my family kept on asking me, when will you pass? Right? So there was so much pressure over there that I had to start studying again.
Uh-huh.
Another thing was that I have taken a break from my work.
Mm.
I'm not working at present. From last 6, 7 months, I'm not working, and I have started to look for a job again.
Mm. Mm.
And I wanted, the biggest motivation for me was to make sure that before I start my new job,
Mm.
I am a PMP certified.
Okay, okay.
That was the
That's a
biggest
good
motivation.
reason. That's a good reason. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really want to, I couldn't imagine. I mean, I know people who have worked and studied together, and for me, they are superheroes or superwomen and all of that. But for me, I was like, you know what? If I'm working, I'm working. If I'm studying, I'm studying. So I have to get certified before I go back to working. So that was a very big
So that
motivation
was
for me.
driving you. Yeah.
It was really driving me. Yes,
Okay. And
yes.
I'm very optimistic, Raksha. So you got your PMP now. I think soon you will get a super good job.
Yeah. As in Dubai, they say, inshallah.
Inshallah. Good, good, good. So, can you talk something about your PMP exam? How was the exam? Is it difficult or is
Sure.
it easy? Can you talk about in that?
Yeah, yeah. So I think when I started doing the mocks at the simulator, uh, initially I found them difficult.
Mm.
But as I reached my third mock and the percentage reached 60 to 63, someone like me, I don't think was confident. Someone like me was overconfident. Oh, okay, I'm going to clear this now. This is a cakewalk. But then in the last 3 mocks, the percentage started to fall again. And I went with a mindset because I remember speaking to you, Gautam. You told me that my exams are very difficult, Raksha. If you're getting 60, you will pass.
Yeah.
I think you had more confidence in me than I had confidence in me. It was your confidence that was motivated me to go and give the exam. When I reached the exam hall, initially I was not nervous at all.
Mhm.
One of the reasons being, it was, it's the concept of exam halls that you have in your mind,
Yeah.
right? You have since my last exam was in my college 20 years ago.
Mm.
Big exam hall, 5 teachers monitoring you, and all of that. That was not there. So the first stereotype was broken then and there. And then you enter a cozy, nice exam hall where you have a very nice person welcoming you at the reception, asking
Uh-huh.
you to get there. You're like, okay, this is cool, this is fine. And there are only two more people other than you.
Uh-huh.
So that itself gives you a lot of, it calms you down.
Mm.
There are a lot of people over there, it calms you down. And when you're sitting in that chair and, there's this system in front of you, for the next 4 hours, this is your house, this is your home. I made myself comfortable like that. What really also helped me was watching the video that you shared that we should watch before we go for the exam,
Yeah.
Varun's video.
Yep. Yep.
That really helped me.
Uh-huh.
The main battle started when the exam started. After the first 10 questions, I was 100% sure I'm not there. I was like, this is it. That's all. At the age of 39, I'm going to get out of this exam hall and tell my friends, guys, I failed. It's okay. I have two more attempts.
But
I'm
that
going to
will
get
not happen. I told you in the beginning itself, my students all failed the exam.
exactly. The exam, according to me, is a very, very scenario based exam.
Mm. Mm.
So what I did, I spent a lot of time understanding definitions of resource smoothing, resource leveling, your Kano models, I made a separate paper with all the formulas from your standard deviation, with your earned value management and all of that. But that's not what they are testing you on.
Mm.
They are 100% testing you on a scenario.
Mm.
And basically, they want to see if you are a person who has soft skills,
Mm.
who is somebody who has empathy
Mm.
in understanding the other person.
Mm.
So what I remember, in a couple of questions that I was doing during mock, I'm a very empath kind of a person. And there were some questions like, okay, in your simulator, the questions were like, okay, this person is not following the process, this is going to happen, what will you do? Choose the answer. I would always choose the answer, sit down with the person, explain the person. The correct would be escalate to the management. Why does PMP want to complain about people? But then, of course, that is where your business processes come.
Yeah.
And I try to, and the thing is, for empathy, people who are very empathetic, they don't understand that part.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So then you have to change your mindset to understand that part, that they are not trying to tell you not to be empathetic.
Mm.
They're trying to tell you be an empathetic in a business environment means to
Exactly.
follow the process.
Exactly. Exactly.
So that is where you have to change your mindset
Mm.
for the exam. You have to pick an option
Mm.
related to, not because you're an empathetic person, you always want to train your subordinates, or you want to impart knowledge, or you want to encourage empowerment. But if they're not following the process, there has to be a different mindset that you
Got
need.
you. Got you.
So that is something I had to change myself for that. That was difficult for me, very difficult.
Mm.
That why do I have to complain about anybody? But it's not complaining. So that was very difficult for me.
Mhm. What was the proposition in the exam? Between agile,
Agile was maximum.
agile was maximum. Okay.
Agile was maximum.
Mm.
Yeah, and there was hardly one question which was formula based.
Okay.
Hardly.
Okay.
I think I got only one.
Okay.
And that's what I can remember, but not even your drag and drop questions,
Mm.
but not too many. It was, I think, I just got only 2 drag and drop questions.
Got you. Got you. Got you.
Yes,
Got you.
yes.
Thank you so much for sharing this, and thank you so much for sharing your experience. Working with you is always a pleasure. So whenever
Same here.
I see your smiling face, I'll become happy. And thank you for accepting for doing this interview, Raksha.
No problem
But
at all.
nevertheless, our interview is not over. So I'm going to make little fun here. So I have some
Sure.
rapid fire questions for you. You want to
Okay.
answer that in one word.
Okay.
Okay. What you find most boring?
Not smiling
Not
people.
smiling.
Yeah.
I expected this answer from you, especially. A habit you would love to give up.
Smoking hookah.
You have to give up. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I have
A,
to.
a celebrity you would love to date.
Diljit Dosanjh.
Who's that? I'm so sorry.
He's a very
I'm a typical South Indian guy. Okay, so even I don't watch movies. Only I will watch South Indian movies. I'm so sorry if I ask some so
If it
stupid
comes to
questions.
South Indian movies, then Vijay
Vijay
Devarkonda.
Devarkonda. Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah. Good. Your favorite drink?
Tea.
Tea. Good.
I love to drink tea.
That's nice. If you are a salesperson, what product would you love to sell?
What product would I love to sell? I'd like to sell smiles, perhaps. I don't find a lot of people in this world smiling. It's very difficult to find people smiling. I know, I mean, if you smile all the time, people may consider that you're not mentally okay. But it's like, it's okay to
It's
smile.
okay
I
to
like to
smile.
sell.
Yeah, it's okay to smile. Good, Raksha. Thank you so much for doing this
Thank you.
interview with me. I
Thank
really
you.
enjoyed this 15 minutes. I hope you too as well. And thank you so
I
much
did.
for sharing your experience. Of course, we are going to be in touch. Yeah. All the very
Yes.
best for all your future endeavors. Bye.
Yeah. I'd like to thank you, Gautam, and EDU HubSpot for constantly being there with us and not leaving us for a minute and hand holding us through the journey. It was really an amazing experience to be associated with EDU HubSpot and you. Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much. So happy. So glad. See you. Bye.
See you. Bye.